With each step of excruciating pain, I was regretting the decision of leaving the hotel in which my friends and I were spending the night. I just wanted a nice walk after all that partying. It was really dark and I had lost my way. I could not see a thing. My phone was back at the hotel, so I kept on walking. I was almost sure that I was walking in the right direction, but it never got me anyway, so now I just had to endure it. I walked on in hope for some vehicle to come my way so I could ask for a ride. I might as well have given up anyway, for I had already been waiting for so long, but in vain. I heard a distant sound. It was definitely a heavy car or jeep from the sound of it. I turned my head towards where the sound was, behind me. It was a truck and it was speeding its way towards me. I had to shoot my shot right at that moment before I was stranded on this highway which I didn't know well. I carefully made my way to the road and waved my hands like a desperate animal in the want to be free of my misery. Thankfully, the truck gradually slowed down and came to a halt right in front of me. I ran up to the driver's seat to thank them for stopping for me. "Hello, thank you for stopping. I really need a ride back to my hotel. I lost my way. Would you be so kind to let me in?" said I. The truck driver was a middle-aged man. He had his eyes fixed ahead on the road the whole time. He did not turn his head towards me, neither did he say a word. He just kept staring into the void. I kept calling out to him, but he did not respond. I asked one more time if he would take me back, and he gave me a slight nod. Finally, some answer. I happily jumped into the passenger seat and put my seatbelt on. As soon as I was done doing that, he raced the car like a maniac, as if he was planning to crash it. My heart leapt out of my throat in fear, and I screamed at him to slow down. The truck driver didn't say a word to me. He took a turn and went off-road. The whole truck shook, and I was worried for my life, because there was no way I was getting out of this mess alive. He sped on that bumpy path without ever hitting the brakes. I was shocked how he had not hit any trees yet. After a while he drifted to a stop. There was a clearing in between the trees ahead. I screamed at him in anger, calling him a crazy psychopath. I told him to take me back. I was so sick and tired of everything. Not a word escaped his mouth. He just got out and went back to the storage space. I went out too, for I needed answers. The storage space was covered with what seemed to be a white blanket with very dark, almost black spots in different areas of it. The truck driver lifted the blanket and there were bodies underneath it, and the dark spots were blood. Bodies of a woman and 2 children. I'm pretty sure they were dead. Horrified at the sight and smell of the bodies, I started moving back and tripped onto the ground. In the meantime, he picked up the shovel and dug a big hole in no time and carried the bodies into the hole. When he was done burying them, he made eye contact with me, with sad, teary eyes that possessed a maniac gleam of anger in them. I could see them so clearly in the dark. A chill ran up my spine and I thought he might kill me, so I started running endlessly, glancing back only once. He had not moved an inch, but he kept looking at me. I ran and ran, falling countless of times, until I saw a light far ahead and followed it out of the woods. I was back on the road, right in front of the hotel I was staying at. I ran inside and notified the local police. I don't think I'll ever forget that day.